We,
past 20 minutes.
yeah, we are broadcasting.
I'm ready.
All right. Three, two, one, and welcome back to the next session of Journeys of the North. Would somebody like to take the initiative in relaying what happened last session?
I honestly can't remember.
Kat?
We were nice to the ghost. Now we're gonna go and beat up some
Orcs? Or was it golems?
Yep. Who did you meet last session, though?
I'm sorry?
What happened last session? Who did you meet? What happened?
We met, what's her name? The spirit.
The
she's
bats.
resting.
Agatha.
Agatha. The restless spirit who could only be bought with items with value. Come on.
Yep. And now you head towards, to do as Logan had said, orcs down in Wyvern that have been terrorizing people who have been coming to and from the area. Placed well within Magnuson's hills, Wyvern is a small sort of almost not quite barren, but more sandy and clay based than the rest of the plains of the area that Phandelver is known for.
I'd also like to remind everyone that Cad is maskless.
I am being called, sorry.
For like the first time ever.
I mean, you still can't see their face, but you can tell that there's not a mask. I should say helmet. Helmetless.
Mira's gonna poke Cad in the face.
You reach your hand into the hood, and nothing's there.
Cad is a revenant without a body. Cad's a ghost all along. Truthfully, Cad was just a construct of our collective imaginations.
Mm-hmm. Grave this entire time is confused because he's never seen anything, because he has no imagination of ghosts. He was not programmed with it, therefore he does not see Cad, so he's just confused.
I mean, that would be entirely correct.
Alright, what's everybody's favorite tower defense game?
Imagination at this point.
What's everybody's favorite tower defense game?
Orcs must die.
Ants Must Die?
Orcs must die.
Oh, Orcs Must Die.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's an actual game, though. That's not a flash game. I'd have to pay for that.
All right, let's go. So, session has started. After your interaction with Agatha, with Cad maskless, concealed with what seems to be a button from a
Sorry, I have to let my dog out. Go ahead and continue. I know this kind of involves me.
over their face,
One.
concealing every amount of features that they have. Cad's identity is still hidden, obscured. It is now your choice on what course of action you would like to take with wife and daughter.
Mira, I said this earlier, but Mira is kind of like trying to figure out Cad's face without being able to see it. He didn't respond when I said that a second ago, so I'm going to wait for him to get back.
No biggie. No biggie at all.
Hey! Sure! Hey! Sure! Pardon me.
Gets in tight.
Thank you.
I have a dad sneeze. You know how like dads when they sneeze, it's like a nuclear bomb going off. This is what I'm. Oops, my bad.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. You may do your thing now.
But yeah, Mira's like, she like tries to get an opportunity to feel out Cad's face. Maybe like, God damn it, while he's sleeping or something. But doesn't really succeed, I assume, considering how closely Cad hides himself or themselves. She's sneaky, but she's not that sneaky.
Are we going to sleep right now?
No, we just woke up, I think.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
I guess after coming back from Agatha's lair without the helmet, I probably wouldn't make notice of it. I believe we're to do with the orcs now, right?
I think that was the plan.
Is the elven woman still
She
with
is
us?
back. She is headed back to Phandelver.
She's heading back. Okay.
Yeah. Grandma is carrying the case that held the 3 health potions.
Gotcha. Well, she can either dish them out as she sees fit or hold on to them.
She's gonna use them on you guys anyways.
Yeah, I figure. Well then, perhaps we should. Was it Wiventor? Where they're located?
But that was what the sign said.
Then let's head there. We could do a swing by. Would I have any of this knowledge on this map?
You would have some basic knowledge of locations and all that. You would know that this area is known as Magnuson's Hills.
Okay.
And that the Old Owl Well, which is an old tower, and Wiventor are very close together.
Like view distance close?
Yeah, like view distance close.
If I remember correctly, there's a tower. Perhaps we could scout out our next location from there and see what happens after that.
Seems fair enough to me.
Everyone else. I guess we'll do that then.
I don't see why not.
Then we will head towards the Old Owl Well.
The journey takes you far less than it did to get from Phandelver to Agatha's lair. It only takes you about few hours, a few hours, maybe 2 or 3 of walking. Sure thing. Give me one moment. There you go. Does anybody else want specific notes to take for this thing? I can give you a note thing that you can type into. Nira?
I'm good. I'm really bad
Yep.
about taking notes. I
Grandma?
remember most things.
I'm okay. Groundy doesn't have a great memory,
Great.
anyways.
It's fine.
I might be a bit quiet today. I'm gonna try and participate as best I can, but I'm feeling a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, okay, we'll take it easy with
Sorry.
this.
Cool. No worries. Just kind of explaining in advance.
All good. As you crest a low ridge, you spy the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amid the rugged hills. This place is so old that the walls are only mounds of rubble enclosing a courtyard of sorts. Adjacent to the broken stump of an old tower, a colourful tent has been set up in the middle of the courtyard, but no one is in sight. The area around you is worn. The hills are rugged, and the grass is browner, not dead, but definitely a lot more dehydrated from either overuse or the fact that this is closer to, or this place is just hotter in general, and less hospitable to life.
So the tower isn't standing anymore. It's decrepit.
It's a bit decrepit. It's still standing slightly, but it's definitely looking like it could fall.
I suplex the tower onto the old camp. Problem solved.
No.
Just
Don't act like it's not a good idea.
this bitch empty. Yeet.
Mira, perhaps if you'd like to scale the tower, I could make sure that you don't fall. But maybe you could get a better view of it.
It sounds like a swell idea. And Mira's going to just try to make her way up the tower as best she can. Use acrobatics.
What is your passive perception?
High. Let me
You
check.
can smell a deathly odor wafting from within the tower's direction. As you approach the tower,
I'd really rather not go alone. Could somebody come with me?
I suppose I can.
I smell something awful from that direction.
Do I smell it as well?
you smell it as well. It is a really nasty smell. It's like rotten meat.
That's lovely.
I will still try to climb the tower, though.
Yep. As you approach, you see a silhouette shamble slowly out from the tower, and then another
I
one.
fire.
Roll to hit.
If it's shambling, it's probably undead.
If it's shambling, it's not good.
If it's shambling, it's dead. If it's red, it's dead. 18 to hit. It hasn't acted in combat yet, so I should get my sneak attack, and I should have advantage on that, actually. I'll roll again to check for crits. Okay.
No, great.
And sneak attack. 17 damage?
You hear the wet thunk as your arrow sinks into the skull of this thing. The head snaps back with a sickening crack, and then.
We got debtors here!
And you hear a and the tent flaps suddenly come open, and you see this stout, sort of short, bold figure come bumbling out of his thing. What is the meaning of this?
I believe that's a zombie.
He is stout, red-robed, and has sallow skin. He goes, I know that, but what are you doing to my constructs?
Killing it, as it's an undead.
That's my undead.
Yeah? Not anymore. It's a re-dead now.
He also...
I'm a simple lass. I see undeads, I shoot.
His head is shaved clean and is tattooed from his forehead all the way back.
Is that
Are there any
significant
symbols
to
in the
me?
tattoos?
There are. There are definitely arcane symbols in the tattoos.
Do any of them mean anything to me?
Maybe an arcana check?
Arcana check, I can do that. Can I do it well? We'll see.
Is Granny close enough to see any of this?
You would probably see some of it.
But not here.
Yeah. You recognize them as necromantic symbols. He is a necromancer.
Is necromancy, I assume, is not legal.
It's,
Or if it is, it's frowned upon.
Necromancy is evil. Evil must be purged.
Depending... Some...
Well, I don't say that it's necromancy.
It is some... It depends on if they have a permit from it, and if it's done in a form of worship to Ulhan, the god of death.
If it's done in the worship, it's good or it's bad?
It's good.
It's good.
Because then Ulhan has given his... The god has given his permission, per se.
Do the red robes potentially signify Hulhan?
Roll me a religion check.
Oh, you're having me roll multiple times. Okay.
Some of the symbolism on it does depict some of the typical skull motifs that are common with Ulhan worshippers. And even then, Ulhan worshippers do require a permit for it.
Sure.
Yeah, Name just draws his sword, approaches the necromancer, and holds out an open hand, awaiting permit.
Oh, well, give me one moment. He quickly goes back into his tent and scrambles around and grabs a scroll out of one of the cases and comes out and pops it into Name Pending's hand.
There'll be a light that shines from his eyes as he scans the paper, checks it for forgery, makes sure it's
Roll me
verified in his...
insight check? Or is that investigation?
That'd probably be insight.
It could be either,
Investigation,
honestly.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, either one.
Investigation. He's telling the truth. The seal at the bottom is very much waxed and sealed properly. A symbol from one of the deacons of the Church of Ulhan.
Permit accepted. Name then hands it back to licensed.
I can understand. I mean, zombies in a tower. It makes sense. I mean, I'd be scared too.
I don't know if scared is the accurate
The zombies
term.
are still sort of shambling forward. He goes, up, up, up. The moment he clicks his fingers, there's a flash of black energy that sparks off of his fingers, and the zombies just stop in their tracks.
And at this point, Granny toddles up and does her usual introduction of, "Hello, dear. It's very nice to meet you."
Oh, hello, lass. How are you?
I am well, thank you. We are looking for some lovely young lads that are apparently causing some trouble a bit south of here, I believe.
Oh, Ivan Tor, the orcs. Oh, they're causing a bit of a spot of trouble for me as well.
Oh dear. Can you tell us what you might know about them?
Well, let's see. There's a bit of. Oh, there's about 7 of them. Big one too, who's leading them. Big bugger. Oof. Got a big old pair of tusks on him. But I do want to see them gone so I can go about my business and searching the area for stuff.
What is it that you're looking for?
Old artifacts. Doing some digging. These are just safety.
Well, in a place like this, I can absolutely understand why you might need some friends for safety.
And I don't complain either.
I would imagine not.
Anyway, lad. I mean, lass. If you can get rid of them, well, I don't have much to give. But oh well. I'll just do a service to everybody if you're still looking for them anyway. We're gonna get a reward from someone.
Would you, I kind of pipe up, not saying anything other than I've been kind of just scanning him and taking in the information.
Would you happen to know the name of this leader? Maybe they let it slip while they were running by.
Can't say I have.
Well, we're going to go and...
But-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
But I could ask you to do something for me. There's a banshee around these parts. I'm looking to figure out a few things about this whole well. Like who built it.
I believe she's a little bit tired right now. We've just come from meeting with her. Lovely young lady. She likes pretty things. If you can bring her something beautiful, she might answer a question for you, but be polite. She's had a rough day already, and I'm certain she's quite tired at the moment.
All right.
Tell her that Granny sent you.
All right. Thank you, lass. I'll that in mind. His eyes he sort of eyes you all suspiciously, sort of.
Are you hungry, dear?
Still a bit that you attacked his thing, but also not too sure about like why there's a weird group of people.
Are you hungry, dear? I believe I have some cookies left over in my bag.
Oh no, lass! I've already got a bit of a feast. Getting away. You know us dwarves.
Well, but of course, but I've never known a dwarf to turn down my cookies.
Give us one. We one.
Here you are, dear. And she pulls it out of her... For the fuck's sakes. Pulls it out of her bag and allows him to choose which cookie he likes from the recently made batch.
His sort of short, stubby fingers sort of like wrap around one and brings it to his sort of bearded mouth. He has to lift up some of his mustache to fit it in, to get it into his mouth. And the crumbs sort of fall down his large, sort of not sort of tangled beard that he hasn't really brushed for a couple days. Oh, he goes, his eyebrows raised. Oh, thank you.
You're very
I
welcome.
wouldn't want to take one, but thank you.
You're very welcome, dear. Here, wear this. And she passes him a knitted scarf of the most garish colors and pattern imaginable. It will keep you warm in the winter.
Oh, thank you. His eyes, he looks still very suspicious of her.
He can roll checks on it, that's fine.
Well, yeah, oh. He's gonna roll an inside check.
It's covered in arsenic. Don't do it.
As far as he can tell, you're being genuine, but he's still giving you the odd side eye every now and then again, and isn't taking his eyes off of any of you.
For Granny's case, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, for Cad's case too, they haven't done anything.
I mean, Mira
And-
shot a zombie, but it was a zombie, so he should be okay. He'll live.
You should,
Lucky she didn't shoot
probably
him.
Get going. I'll,
Yeah, I'll start walking away. Still, kind of just
Thank you
inspecting.
for your hospitality and the information you shared with us, dear. Best of luck, and give my regards to the dear lady that you're going to visit.
Mira
I
looks
will-
back and glares at the zombie she shot for a second before continuing to follow the party. Oi! Shut it, or you'll get another. Don't talk to me like that.
I'll go ahead, Matt, by the way. I'll cast Mage Armor on myself with the staff. So first one.
Yep.
And that'll be it.
Yep. As you move along, you sort of pick up on a little bit of a creek that's sort of. Sorry. A bit of a creek that's come from a small waterfall that's flowing from one of the cliffs above. You sort of go into this sort of trig point. There's a bit of cliffs above. Sorry, pardon me, let me find some hill ambulance. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway. So, as you come to this sort of cliff thing, it's quiet, but there's still some life around you. A couple of birds. Occasionally you do hear the calls of an eagle or a hawk. Can't quite tell which.
Can I just throw out a perception check
Yeah,
for shits and giggles?
Both of those are
Giggles and
beasts.
shits.
Can Granny look into that as well?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. What do you want me to roll for it?
Roll me
Nature?
a nature check. What are you trying to do? Kill him?
I'm trying to discern what type of bird it is.
It's definitely a hawk of some description. Let me just quickly. Sorry, I just gotta. Sorry, I just quickly find one. It's a northern goshawk.
I'll be right back.
Which is a type of hawk that is considered a true hawk. very common in Eastfold.
Can Granny call out to the hawk? See if she can get it to come down for a chat?
Yep, roll me animal handling. You manage to imitate its call and get a piece of meat out onto your hand as you see one sort of make a big old swoop towards you and then latches onto your arm.
This would speak beast, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So,
small beast.
which she speaks. So she, in the language of the animal, basically says, "Hello, dear. Thank you for coming to visit." I do. Would you like a cookie?
Go Hawks, they love their cookies.
Rabbit, good enough.
She extends a cookie to the...
Rabbit is good enough.
Do I have rabbit?
It pauses as it sort of keeps the piece of meat between its talons and then starts to tear at it to feed itself.
Dear, I was wondering if you might tell us a little bit about the young lads who are living just to the south of here. And she kind of points in the direction of Wimmertor.
Green
Yes,
skins,
them.
big.
I would like to find a way...
They
Sorry, go
hunt.
ahead.
They hunt, but are respectful.
That is good to hear. I would like...
Everything does to survive in these
Of
lands.
course. I would like to see if I can find a way of talking to them. Do you think there would be something that they would be willing to trade with?
Weapon. Maybe.
Sorry, what was that?
Weapons.
Weapon, maybe.
Weapon, maybe.
Hmm.
Or skins.
Skins?
What about a stuffed bird?
Granny just straight up glares in that direction. That's absolute...
I don't
Okay.
say that. I don't say that.
I'm sure a good pheasant would be pleasant.
Those ideas might just work. Thank you very much, dear.
There is new one.
Mm-hmm.
They're not with them.
Oh, how do you mean?
Waits. Has been all day.
Sorry, what?
What was that first word?
He sits. Waits.
Sits, waits.
Where
all
does
day.
he...
Has been
Where?
As he sort of swivels his head and looks down towards the winding path.
Well, perhaps we shall...
Which just...
Well, perhaps we shall have a word with him first, then.
He is not like others.
In what way?
There is no answer. Either he's unsure how to answer,
That's all right.
or there is no words that he can use to convey.
Thank you very much for your help, dear. One more question. Where might we find some game, perhaps larger than you would hunt, that we could use as to bring pelts and meat to our new friends?
Big horn. Down path.
Then we shall go there first. Thank you very much, dear.
Is he...
I expect
sorry.
you would want to return
Sorry.
to the sky now.
He sort of... You see as he sort of like... You can feel the pressure on your arm as he sort of compresses his legs and then pushes off. Just as
Rips
you
the skin off
As
of
he
Granny.
flies off, she waves. Thank you, dear. So Granny turns back to her companions at that point, because she's probably been looking like a lunatic speaking gibberish to a bird,
Yeah.
and goes,
Yep.
I
Exactly.
know a little bit more about the young lads to the south of us. They are very respectful of nature, and their hunting is for food, but not in a cruel way. I believe we can talk to them that way. My young flighted friend up there says that there is one that is a bit different from the rest of them, who's sitting on the path on the way to them. And we should probably talk to that one first and see what we can learn. Without weapons first, please. we should also make sure that we're bringing in some game. And there's apparently a bighorn, I believe it might be a sheep, just along the trail. We should keep our eyes out for it.
Ignoring them being kind part, partially, I understand.
If you treat nature well,
But-
then at heart you're most likely good.
Right. But the same pathway leading to the orc, or a different pathway?
Vol?
You cannot tell.
Well, he was nodding towards paths. Oh.
Did he nod in the
Yeah.
same direction, Vol, or?
Yes, he did. He looked towards the same
It
direction.
all seems to be in that direction there.
Not much
Are you all right if we go and hunt down this sheep, so we have something to bring and hopefully smooth over our opening, so we don't shoot one of them?
If we find
Say
the
that like
big
shooting
horn
wasn't
before we get there, sure.
Let's keep our attention available for it then, please. This way, and she heads off down the path.
You're on my shoulder!
Not anymore. I've been on the ground for a while.
I suppose if it's all right with you, Matt, I could just use that perception check for the big horn or for the orc then.
Yeah. I got a mouthful of chicken. Sorry.
We made
What do you
brisket
mean,
this
hawk?
weekend.
Yeah, we should all probably roll for that as we're all paying attention for it. Is it perception that you want us to roll?
Yep, perception then.
Do you just want me to use my passive of 16, or should I roll?
Let's see if everybody gets a group roll. We go.
I rolled a 4.
If only you weren't looking for it, you would have done better.
Right!
Three.
Pick the observant feat.
Cad? Roll perception.
What?
The whole party's looking for a
Already
sheep.
did. 17.
What? Where? Oh, there.
I asked if I
Oh,
could use
okay.
my 17. We're
Grave?
just waiting on Grave.
Roll perception. Grave. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, what a baller.
Oh my god, okay, that's okay. Your passive perception's pretty decent then as a party. Or perception as a party is pretty good. Down the path, just around the corner, really, you see by the small babbling creek going through, you see a figure sort of perched up upon like a very crude wooden seat. Massive hammer sort of sat and leaned against him, as his arms are folded across his broad chest.
Where's the sheep? The bighorn.
His beard is short, but it is full, and a bald head. Of a bald head. His eyes sort of rest upon you with a slight amount of confusion, and then raised eyebrows that realizes that you were travelers.
So, what?
Matt, just future, could you move a little bit closer to your microphone? Still heard everything, but just in case.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, Grandma, we're not doing this stealthily, so why don't you take the lead and start talking to him?
Thankful that it's been pointed out, Granny toddles forward and looks up to the orc and goes, "Hello, dear."
Hello.
We're traveling through these.
Didn't expect to see a old lady out here in these parts.
It has been a bit of an adventure. We're looking to talk to the young lads a bit south of here, but we were hoping first that we might be able to find a bit of game to bring to help soften perceptions, if you will.
So you're looking to converse
Yes,
with
of
them?
course.
All right. Well, there should be some. I did eyeball some hunting grounds just down the path. A couple of orcs down there.
I'm sorry, what did you say? A couple of what?
Couple of
Orcs.
orcs are down
Yes,
there.
okay,
Orcs.
giant bulls. Got it. What? Oh, would those be permissible for us to hunt?
They be treated as their hunting grounds, but they do have respect for other orcs. Tell you what, if you can get them, and you give me the honor of the kill, or say I had the honor of the kill, then perhaps, and I say that you are with me, then perhaps tensions will be lowered down. I was hoping for them to come out, and then I face them honorably. But your plan works too.
You would be willing to help us that way?
Of course.
Thank you, dear. What?
It's not the first time I've done things peacefully.
Well, I believe that is the goal.
And
Um,
what exactly is in it for you then?
Well, I was coming down to do some peacekeeping. And, well, that's exactly my job.
in a way, that is what I am trying to do. Apparently, they've been causing a wee bit of trouble in the areas around, and I'd like to find out what it is that they're having difficulties with, because most people do not cause trouble unless they are having difficulties.
Orcs, all culture and your culture are very
Well,
different.
naturally.
We, tensions are a little bit higher with the steel test court up north. Some people are wanting to go up and join them. Others are trying to bolster their own strength to try and prove themselves that they don't need the steel tasks. And with it, their tests.
So they're feeling quite pressured then.
Yeah. You can see that.
And what tribe are you from?
The Hammerhands. Me and my brother were exiled, actually. We left shortly after they were assimilated into the steel tusks. Decided adventuring was our call to action, and as it still is.
And yet you're alone.
My brother's maintaining the farm back home.
That's a very noble calling.
Well, he thought it was
Insight
nice
check.
and peaceful. Insight check? Alright. As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Fair enough.
He thought it would be nice and cathartic after being through so much fighting. As for me, it's blacksmithing.
I'm sure you must be very good at your craft then.
Well, I'm learning from a goblin. Really good one, though.
Oh, excellent. We made friends with a group of them a little while back. They should be open for trade for foods and jewel crafting soon. And she gives them.
One of our compatriots actually went and to check up on
How
them,
are they
actually.
doing, dear?
I've heard from him. They're doing pretty well. Aside from an incident which has been fixed and sorted out.
What incident?
His eyes sort of turn to you, and there's a flash of grief. Oh. His eyes widen for a second and goes, well, it's sorted out now. Trust me, we've got it handled. Now, as for You, grandmother,
Yes, dear.
you sure you're ready to take on Oryx?
Oh, well, I'm not sure I would be too much use for it, but I believe my companions should be more than capable of taking an Auric. Yes, dears? And she looks at her companions.
Affirmative.
If you'd like, I can.
Traumatized easier
Do
than a
try
man.
not.
If you'd like, I can work with the big one, big tin can over there. Help keep one in place while you do the deed.
Certainly
Sounds
makes
like a
things
lovely
easier
idea.
if they're not
Granny
running
turns to
about.
Cad. Dear, would you please do your best to make sure we do not burn the Auric?
Right.
Thank you. I would like to present them something in a useful um, quality.
All of my damaging spells are fire.
Mira, I believe you might be
Wait,
the
that's
one
a
to
lie.
deal the
I
killing
have one
blow.
spell. I have one spell.
Magic missile.
Magic missile. The rest is fire, boys.
Mira, I believe you should probably be the one to deal the killing blow. Please make it clean.
I'll do
I
my
have a
best.
dagger.
By the way, I've not
Not quite a hunter.
caught your names.
Yours first.
It's because we didn't give them.
Durak.
Oh fuck.
That's polite.
We've actually heard of you then.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I can't remember who said it, but I do remember that the twin brothers and Gurum. Oh fuck, who said it? Was it the dwarf who said it? Or a halfling? I think it was a halfling, wasn't it?
Dwarf, I think.
Remember?
I can't remember, but we did hear about them.
We were actually told to seek you out. If we were going to a specific place, I can't remember what place it was.
Was it
Oh, okay then.
Halvar?
Okay then.
Oh, okay then. That's right.
Wait, no. What?
That's where we're from.
Is that the place where I'm supposed to be meeting?
Does this? Sorry, go ahead.
Fuck, what's his name? It's been so long.
Heinrich?
Yeah, Heinrich. Is that the same
I know
place? Or am I
exactly who this
mistaken?
is.
Yes, it is.
Does he have a braid? This one?
This one does not have a braid.
He's bald with tattoos, right? Is that what you said?
He's bald and has like a short beard, yeah.
Bald and
You're
short hair.
from Oakhaven. Do you know Heinrich?
Do I know Heinrich? Oh.
Personally.
Oh, you don't even know the start of it. Oh, that bastard.
I
We
found
adventured
a big-
together.
Oh. I met Heinrich not too long ago. I'm
Yeah.
Mira.
I know. Durak.
Would you happen to be the young lad who knows about the pan-based religion?
Now I'm just imagining people worshipping a baking pan.
Yeah.
No,
She's
religion.
literally the granny from Witcher 3. Me pan! This can't be me pan.
no, that'd be my brother,
We're covered in soot.
Farmer.
Then I believe I would like to speak with him at some point, if ever the opportunity arises.
Well, when you end up in Oakhaven, I'm sure he'd love to have a talk with
I'm
you.
sure I would love to have tea with him as well. It sounds lovely. But for now, shall we get to hunting before the day runs out?
Oh, make sure you involve the fat bastard, but make sure you invite the fat bastard himself. Otherwise, he's gonna get jealous.
Beg your pardon?
Oh right, he's he was another one of my party members, Dragonborn. Bit of a big lad.
I'm sure they'll have more than enough food for everyone. In the meantime, however, I'm going to
Oh.
rest my old bones and let you guys do some hunting.
Hey,
And Granny plops herself down by the side of the road and proceeds to knit.
All right. He turns to the wizard. And you?
What about me?
Who are you?
Cad.
Yeah. That's a bit of a funny. He sticks his finger into the hood.
No, he doesn't. I slap it away.
He's like, oh.
I'm afraid he's a
alright.
bit shy.
How's the blacksmith up in Oakhaven?
Trix, she's pretty good.
That's good.
I'm merely her apprentice, but I can do a couple things. And you, his hand sort of comes down on Name Pending's shoulder with not an aggressive hard weight, but there's definitely a bit of a firmness to it, as if there's recognition or respect behind it. You, either you're made out of metal, or you're really well plated up. What's your name?
I am Name Pending, Paladin of the Order.
Paladin of Order. That's a tool.
He just called you a tool.
His name is Judge Dredd, boys.
Anyway, I'm gonna need you, Muscles.
I love how he hasn't asked what Granny's name is. He just accepts that that he's never gonna ask.
It's just Grandma.
She's introduced herself as Grandma.
No, she hasn't. Everyone else calls her Grandma.
Yeah, so he just
assumed.
He's just okay with calling her Grandma. Yeah.
This old lady and all these young people has to be Grandma.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get going. It should be easy to scare off the rest of the herd and keep one. All right, let's get going. And he sort of picks up his maul and hoists it over his shoulder. At this point, when you're close enough to now to realize that he has a belt on with a face sort of etched into the buckle from the front, along with a necklace of a heart.
What was it again? Sorry?
And there's an amulet of a heart around his neck and a belt with a face etched into the buckle. A rather large front, too. Kind of like a powerlifting belt.
Well, I have a
Gotcha.
question. So this is the twin brother of the half-orc that is the one that Granny wants to talk to with the pan-based religion, yes? Okay,
Yes.
then this is the dangerous one, and he has a braid.
No, this is the other one is the one with the
You told me
braid.
specifically that the twin of the one I needed to talk to is dangerous and has a braid. Watch out for him. I wrote notes.
Oh.
Yep,
Recon?
got it.
Sorry. Sometimes I forget these things.
Does
as
this
a
one
DM.
have a braid then? No, the other one has the braid, right. Got it.
Yeah, the other one has the braid.
Is this one dangerous, though?
He is dangerous.
Although
but
he is now friend, so Granny's not worried.
Well, I'm not gonna say that, but okay. Is this area grassy? Like dry grass?
It's dry grass, yeah.
Perfect.
Try not to light it on fire.
Oh no, I'm lighting it on fire.
As you sort of reach this sort of fields, the creek widens out into this sort of watering hole that a bunch of animals have sort of taken up to. and drinking from, including a small horde of oryx, along with a couple of larger sort of wild sheep and goats, and all sorts of other animals that sort of have taken up residence here, along with a couple of trees which have been nourished by the creek and the watering hole. The sort of area is a bit more alive.
Are there any oryx that are kind of like away from the watering hole, like maybe 10, 15 feet, kind of just meandering?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a small patch of 2 or 3 of them, sort of grazing on the grass.
Gotcha. Cad is gonna point towards them.
You see those three away from the watering hole, meandering about.
I do.
There's going to be a flame around them in about a minute. Get as close as possible. The flame won't hurt you when you go through it. Should you stop in it, it will. They'll be encased
Alright.
inside of it.
All right. Robot, you get the back. I'll get the front of them. Of one. I'd rather me getting run over than you.
Send that giant in first. Well, off he goes. He's not quiet.
I'm going
Yeah.
to as soon as name pending stands up and starts running towards them, Cad's gonna reach into their component belt and rip out some brimstone and iron and smash it onto the ground, and a fire will appear in front of them and then launch out in front and start encircling the oryx and lighting the grass around them on fire.
Durek will immediately start sprinting and will rage.
I would like to rage.
He was close.
And begins to sprint right at one of the oryx. Everybody involved, roll initiative.
We're now in basically a cage match, like a flaming cage match. Hell in a
By the
Cell,
way, in case you don't know what an auric looks like,
17.
I've added a picture in the...
Oh shit!
Big boy.
That's some
That'd be
meat on
delicious.
there.
Ooh, natural 20.
Let's
Oh my
just hope the
God.
Auric has an initiative of less than 7.
Second to the Archdemon King.
What is she, Jahi-sama?
What?
Nobody gets that reference.
No.
It's a manga. Where the main character is second in command to the Demon King until the Demon Realm is destroyed. But she still likes to flaunt that as her title in the human world. It's like a reverse isekai.
Oh, is that the Demon King like works at McDonald's or something?
No, that's the devil as a part.
I love that one. That one's so
Or sorry,
good.
WickDonald's. He's the one like general who follows him there.
Oh, is that the devil as a part-timer?
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Just
tuned
said.
out for a moment.
It is it.
That anime was hilarious. I loved it.
Oh my god.
I didn't really like it personally, but I can understand why people
that was
would
pretty
like
fun.
it.
Theater their mind for this one, guys.
Okay.
I suspected as much. But I got a 17. Hey.
Alright.
Flaming Sphere is still up. I should probably remove that spell.
Case, Cad, it is your turn.
So with Flaming Sphere still being up, I will listen to Grandma and try not to burn them. So I am simply going to use all. I think I have 20 feet. No, that's the light. I can move it 30 feet, so I'm just going to continue the circle that I have around them and truly burn around them. So it'll just spin 30 feet. Bonus action.
Two of the orcs managed to bolt out, and the largest, obviously the sort of leader of the herd, stands his ground.
And yeah, I will not do anything. I will get closer actually. I'll use however much movement to stay just outside of the flaming sphere, and I will get my dagger ready.
Mm-hmm. Name, it is your turn. How big is the circle?
It wouldn't be too big, probably about 15 feet in diameter.
No, it's not Name's turn. It's my turn. I'm gonna
Oh yeah, it's Name's turn. Yeah.
Okay, and the
I mean,
Has
it's Mira's turn, and then it's Name's turn.
has the main has the one we're hunting acted already?
No,
Pardon?
it is not.
Just making sure. All right.
Ooh, noise.
Yeah. Does that hit?
That hits.
Why did it roll?
Ooh, that's 17
17
damage. Damn.
And she's gonna draw her hand crossbow and fire with the. Or can I do that? I can't hold both a light and a hand crossbow at the same time, but I still have a bonus action.
Bonus
You already
action,
did it with the weapon.
sneak dab.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Oh, you can sneak. Yeah, you can bonus action hide.
12.
Yeah, you feel hidden in this circle
mean-
of fire.
Oh, well, is she inside the circle?
Where is she?
I figured I'd be firing through it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so you managed to find a longer patch of grass and lay down in it.
I doubt the orc is really trying to look for anything other than just a way out of the fire.
Yeah, it is more concerned with other things at the moment, such as name pending.
Oh god. Metal man runs through fire.
Well, man
Little
runs
man
through
catches
fire.
fire, runs through fire.
Runs through fire. Raises sword. Goes for two-handed strike down on the orc. Go for immediate killing.
That hits. Oh,
12 damage. Just bite right through. Cut that head right off.
it is looking pretty nasty, and it is now its turn. It's gonna go turn and swing at name pending. With its horns, as it does a sort of miniature charge. Does a 15 hit?
Nope. Plink. You break your horns on my body.
You do feel the plunk, and then the force of the hit as your feet sort of dig in and you move back a couple of inches, dredging up dirt. And then you find your footing and keep it there. It is Durek's turn, and he looks pissed. He is pretty much frothing at the mouth as what seems to be ice is sort of forming around his feet. You then hear the as his heavy footsteps thunder across the floor, and then he slams into it without a weapon. He's going to grapple it.
Lord.
Body check.
Unarmed strike. Unarmed strike. Come on, finish it off.
That is a d20 plus an 8 with advantage. Versus.
Thank God for that advantage.
Yep, he grapples it, and since he has the grappler feat, he's going to roll the pin. and he fails at pinning it. But he has it. Durak has its front legs lifted. He's got it on his shoulder.
How do you spell it, Auric?
Oh, Auric?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, he's managed to get it on its back legs. And he is just holding it there. It is now Cad's turn.
Hang on, I just wanna let me just post this real quick. You know, I'm kind of good in staying away from everything.
I'm gonna send that to the player who played him originally. Because this is a player's character.
And
for
I am going to
the
make sure it
campaign.
shows on the live stream.
I will just throw my dagger. So yeah, that's cool. No bad advantage. Just a good old dagger throw. 21 to hit.
That hits.
And 2 damage. And I'm out of a dagger, boys.
2 damage?
Yep.
You hear that?
Wait, did I kill it?
There, as it sort of moans in pain.
Oh. Okay,
It
okay.
is
Still alive.
now
Sorry.
Mira's turn.
Alrighty. Thunk. 22 to hit.
22 hits,
12 damage.
12 damage.
Dead
Ooh,
average.
It is hurting. It is very, very
Oh,
hurt.
come on. Just die already.
I should have
It's
put
named-
our names all in the crowd.
Yeah! Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna choose the best faces. Please continue.
Name, it is your turn. Wait, what if name goes for like the RKO? How would you like to do this?
Just cleave its head clean off.
You sort of
Just go
run
for
behind
another one of
Jack.
those precision strikes last time. Second shot at the neck. Whoosh! Right
that?
through it.
You get right behind Durak as he sort of muscles his way underneath this thing, and you just step onto his back and use it as a launching pad to like get up to the head and then swing. And in one single swing, you manage to cleanly cleave the orc's head off. You're surprised at how sharp your blade is. Talon is not a regular blade; it is ridiculously sharp. And the oryx collapses as Durak sort of manages to hoist its now lifeless body onto his shoulders, back legs and front legs and all, and then just throws it on the ground.
And I threw
anyone
it
say
on
overkill?
the ground. Overkill.
Don't forget to bring the head back.
You
The
see
head back.
that
We need to bring all of it back.
Durak is still fuming. His breath is still hard and aggressive and full of his growls. And after a couple seconds, it subsides. You made that quick. So, are
That's the
we
goal.
skinning and gutting this thing, or are we dragging the rest of the entire thing back?
Not my department.
Notice how you can't see my face. You can't see. Cat's the one filming it.
Cat's the one taking the picture. Yeah. Oh. That image has me tickled pink.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, do we need to skin it and give it to them, or just give the entire beast to them? Durek.
I'd say bring the entire thing. I've got
Well,
it.
then, yeah.
Let's
very good.
go.
And he sort of hoists it onto his shoulders like before, and leaves the head for name pending
Oh,
to.
wait. And I like kind of like reach up and pull out the dagger, clean it off, and sheath it back, and then walk past him.
He lets Name take the head, either by the horn or whatever.
The horn, obviously.
His hammer wasn't even used once. It's still completely untouched. There are signs of previous use in combat, from either ages ago or whenever.
A few minutes ago, you know.
He sort of trundles up down the path towards Grandma, holding the enormous orc across his shoulders. He is large for a half orc. You would say that he's more on the orcish side than on the whatever
It
he is
appears the
side.
hunt went well.
Of course.
Well done, everyone.
Well, they did
Notice
most of
how
the
it's
work.
not scarred, Grandma. I took your.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that over the cough. What did you say?
Sorry.
I said, notice how it's not scarred.
It is
Took your
looking in
wits to heart,
fine
Grandma.
condition. Thank you very much, Cat.
Durak sort of places the orc down and then unclips his belt for a moment as his muscles seem to reduce in size slightly.
Oh, he's got blow up fucking muscles. Come on, SpongeBob. Really, dude?
He's still huge. But he's still
Anchor arms!
He's still huge. He's still obviously huge. He's not as strong. He's not as big as he was.
Hang on, guys. I gotta go. Be right back. You just hear him blowing.
You need a bit of a breather.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean,
All right. Muscles swell again.
go ahead and lead the way then, please, towards these orcs.
He sort of. It's pretty obvious down the path there is where he was sitting. There's another path leading towards what seems to be a cave hidden on the far end. There is an orc who has been eyeballing you the entire time.
And Granny goes right alongside the orc who's in the lead. She's going to make sure she's one of the first to say hello. Hello, dear. Yeah, my mic is on. Hello, dear. It is very nice to meet you. We've come to talk. Yes, of course. And we have brought a gift to hopefully smooth our introductions.
Well, we'll grant you inside.
Thank you, dear. You're a very nice young man.
He sort of leads up the back behind.
Diplomacy. And stop going combat first into everything. Jeez. Which way are we going, left or right? Oh, there we go. I just had to zoom out a bit. Yeah, I just had to zoom out a bit. I had my map really zoomed in. Hello, dear. We're travelers, and we have come to see if we might be able to talk with you. We have brought a gift to smooth the introductions. May we come in? Thank you, dear. And she proceeds to do... where is the place that Granny can sit? She nods and smiles. Hello, dear. Nice to meet you as well. And Granny definitely did have to scramble up to get onto the bed. She is very short, after all. Matt? So that's naturally where she would go to, because she doesn't have to scramble. Yes, of course. We've heard that you might be having a bit of a spot of trouble. What can you tell us? What's going on? So is that why you've been causing your neighbors a spot of trouble lately? Such things are likely to be troublesome to to the other settlements as well, would they not? Ah, but if you were to band together, your strength would be multiplied in defense of these lands. I have noticed that. They do seem rather hard-headed, do they not? No offense, dear, and she looks over at Mira. Listen. No, dear. The way they've been treated, they expect to be attacked on sight and therefore defend themselves. It shows that they are strong enough to defend themselves so that they do not become attacked here in their home. Well, perhaps I might be able to do something to help. I met up with some young goblins, lovely young lads, recently, and they were having a bit of a spot of trouble too, and they would be open for trade soon with the local human settlement. And I believe I may be able to arrange something similar for perhaps a protection agreement, if it's mutual between yourselves and the human settlement. Add your strengths together so that you are stronger. Will you trade with them? Aye, that they do, but you must. If you are going to do so, I will. Before I even give you information, I will require that you promise to treat them kindly and not to harass the humans any further. Because if you are to work with them and form an alliance, you will undermine it by harassing them. That does not sound like a bad idea. I'm sure they would be very... Can I finish? And do try to do so kindly, though. With advantage? Well, I do believe our young goblin friends would be a lot more willing to work with you if you came wearing one of these. And she hands the orc a giant bauble, or a correctly sized, hideously covered, knitted hat with a bauble on the end. Tell them that Granny sent you and they'll be much more willing to listen. And I'm sure they'd be very thankful to have your strength as planting season comes round, because it can be very difficult for one so small to work the earth in that way. She looks down at her fingers, kind of giggles. I would know. Love it. And the hat will keep you warm in the winter. And the hat will keep you warm in the winter, dear. It does get cold here. She looks over and says, "Hello, dear. It is very nice to meet you. I'm sure you..." "Well, I'm certain you do, but you are also very strong. And your strength would be very welcomed by the goblin friends." "So long as you are kind to them, I am certain they will be kind to you. Here," and she hands a scarf to him. "Wear this, and they'll like you better. And as the rest work as mercenaries, I am certain that they will have use of your strength as a fighter. Gog can use his strength as a fighter to defend his new friends." Does he take the offered scarf? Granny turns to him and says, "Now I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I may be, but such agreements as we've made are usually accompanied with a feast. If you would like, I will help with the cooking." "I would like to help with the cooking. It's not often you get gnome cooking round these parts, and I've been told it's quite good." Is that the one that keeps coming back every 200 years? Okay. And Granny heads off, hopefully with an orc, to start processing the auric for their feast. Oh! It is so tempting to walk over there and listen. I mean, Rockin' and Crystal probably could do it. Or do you want to be left in the dark like the rest of us? God damn it, yes, go! No, you don't have to report on it, but if you want to hear it, you should be fine doing so. It won't be live streamed. As long as you don't share the information with the rest of us. When it comes for lifting the heavy parts of the auric, she would probably call the Tin Man over and say, "Dear, would you mind helping me lift some of this? It is a bit bigger than I am." "Thank you, dear." She pats him on his metal arm as it comes within reach. They're not just bringing a gift. They're bringing a gift and a cook to deal with it. Crystal did go to spy. That's hilarious. That's a spectator sport, right? Well, while we're waiting, here is an actual shelf. I'll stick it into, I don't know, memes. Here is an actual shelf done in honor of Bethesda. Granny's roasting everything. The whole damn thing's is probably on a. Yeah, with the help of the some of the orcs and name pending. What? Yeah, that seems like a good time. Granny's bones are tired. And Granny's Blair is tired too. You did level us up for the diplomacy with the goblins. There is precedent. Well, organize a tournament for fun between yourselves and the orcs. I'm sure they'll love it. You all are playing with Granny now. Granny's already setting up an empire. Thunder Tree? Are you guys gonna go hunt down some poor tree? Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that the one you sent to me? I'll see what I can do with it over the week. You kind of sent it with, like, no time to do anything with it, so. Mhm. And yeah, sometime during the feast, Granny will tell where the goblins are. Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be, I'll try and have it done for next week. The darker stuff is thicker woods. Okay, plains, woods, and then these would be like sandy hills or whatever. Got it. Alright, then I'll call it there. I'm going to stop the live stream for now.